Picture the 4th of July, American flags, fireworks, and more red, white, and blue than you can imagine. The ultimate expression of American pride. Most of you would think of Uncle Sam as the most patriotic person when you think of this time of year. The face that comes to mind to me is Donald Trump. Every American has seen this man's excitement for America and what he has to offer for the country. Mr. Trump wants to see America as it should be, great. And I plan to tell you why and what he has already done to make our nation so much better. So let's jump on to what I'm going to tell you today about why Mr. Trump will improve our country. Today I'm going to tell you why 3 reasons that have made Mr. Trump a great candidate and a great person to improve our country. To begin with, he is combating immigration that is coming into our country. His self-funded campaign has brought new ideas and a new process to the campaigning industry, and he has the business experience that the country needs to come back around. My first point that I'm going to discuss today is going to be about immigration. He plans to install immigration laws like no other. Trump's whole idea is to have Americans to have jobs first, and that's the way it should be. People that have grew up in this country are being sent home from jobs for cheaper employment from countries that send workers over for less than minimum wage. Mr. Trump does not follow the social norms according to Time magazine when it comes to this. What would you like to see in the country do about something about immigration change? He plans to cut spending of the $113 billion that is spent on illegal immigrants coming into the country. He plans to cut that down and take the funding that he has removed from that and put it back into giving Americans jobs and sending these immigrants back to their home countries to allow us to become our own country again. Now, the next point I'd like to discuss is how Mr. Trump's campaign is different than any has been in a long, long time. Mr. Trump's campaign is self-funded. He has taken extremely little bit of money from any other organization to fund his campaign. He has not had any major sponsors to contribute to his ads or any of his signs and such throughout his sponsorship. Therefore, he has nobody he owes money to when he gets into office. Wouldn't you much rather have a president who gets into office by funding his own campaign than compared to somebody who owes hundreds of companies a favor because of the millions and millions of dollars they sponsored to their campaign? I think that funding his own campaign shows what he has to offer to America, and that shows that he is not there to be a puppet for these big companies, that he's his own individual and he wants to see that America's great again throughout the influence of the people, not these businesses. Lastly, we're going to look at his background and his experience. Mr. Trump is known as one of the best businessmen in the country. He has ran so many businesses and helped get businesses out of the hole that you could not count them. Mr. Trump has had so many experiences with businesses, not only in the United States, but from other countries, that his experience with this allows him to be able to work with these other countries and establish better laws and regulations for trade in and out of these countries, so that way we can get more jobs back in America, like his initial point is. He knows what he needs to get done, and he gets it done. As many people know, he is very stern in what he wants to happen, and he makes sure that once he makes a statement, it is complete until he is completely happy with how it should be. This is what we need as a leader for our country. We need a leader, not a boss, but we have both with Mr. Trump. He gives us the option to be able to work with other countries, get us out of debt, and be able to get America's jobs back where they belong in our own country. To conclude, Donald Trump has done many things in his life to prepare him to take the jump to lead America. He has more American spirit than most candidates have had in many years. His business background and self-funding and immigration laws are all great things to help make America great again. And we will continue to do so once he gets elected into presidential office.
Yay!